Hey guys, recently I've started posting a lot of my jazz violin exercises on YouTube and on Instagram, and I've had a lot of people say a lot of nice things about them. Since there's been a decent bit of interest in it, I thought I would spend a little bit of time chatting to you about sort of why I do it and exactly what I'm doing and what we're working on when we do all this stuff. The main thing that my teaching revolves around is also sort of the main thing that my practice revolves around, which is taking small intricacies that I've worked out over the years of being a jazz musician, playing with some of the best musicians in the world, listening to as much jazz as I can, transcribing lots of solos from lots of different types of jazz musicians. And I take these little intricacies, which are often chromatic enclosures or different ways to chromatically treat notes, and I try to apply those things to the major scale, because the major scale is what most of this music that we're playing is based on. I use this approach in my live sessions each week. I use this approach in my one-to-one lessons that I do online as well. And it's what I do in a lot of my workshops. It's not everything and it's not the whole thing, but it's a large part of what I do. I think that this approach actually mainly comes from learning Indian classical music for a little while. Indian classical music is one of the oldest improvised art forms in the world, and the pedagogy that surrounds it is extremely developed and is just as old as the music itself. And what I've noticed from learning with different teachers is that they've all got ways to sort of quantify the language that's used when musicians improvise in that style. And that's sort of why I do what I do. I'm going to give you an example right now. So we'll take this little line that I probably played in that short improv, and I think I played that over an F major chord. And I'll take that idea and I'll try and work out what it is. So what we're doing is we've got this sort of enclosure over the F. What we're doing is we're playing the note, we go underneath it by a semitone, over it by a scale note, under it again, and then on the note. In that line I jump down a fifth, or jump down a fourth, sorry. So what we can do is we can take that line and put it all the way up the F major scale. If we practice that enough, it might be the case that when we go to improvise, when we go to play over a tune in F, those little melodies will come out. And what we're doing there is we're managing to fit in a bunch of chromaticism, we've managed to attach it to a little melody, and hopefully, as I said, it's going to come out in our playing. I've basically created an exercise that's going to help us at the same time as work on chromaticism in our playing. It's also helping us sort of work on melody in our playing. We're taking a melody and we're managing to put it up a scale. So we're really having to think about it at the same time as use our ears to sort of fill it in as well. This method, in my opinion, of learning jazz language is one of the most intuitive and the most enjoyable ways to do it. If you're interested in working on ideas like this regularly with me, join me on School. Every week I post a new exercise based on exactly what we just looked at here. I also every week run a live session working on ideas just like this as well. Hope that makes sense.